Hey, we got a few minutes after the 2 o'clock hour here on Wall to Wall Country. Already snuck in a request. We're going to be doing more requests coming up after we have a little chat with a band that I am so excited to talk to. These guys are really got a lot of things going on. We got a couple of them on the phone, and looking forward to hearing about some exciting things that they have on their docket as well. So, as usual, one of the many things that we do here on the Wall to Wall Country Show is always do an interview in the second hour, and we're doing it again. We've got the guys on board from the Tailgate Rockstar Band, or the TGR Band. Very excited to have on board JT Adams and also Jeremy. Hey, guys, how you doing?
What's going on, Casey?
Hey, things are going along just great. I'm so excited to have you guys on board today. And, we got a lot to cover because you guys are crazy busy with lots going on. We're going to talk about something very special that you got coming up. We're going to talk about your new project, music-wise, that you have out there. But let's just kind of step back for just a second and give a little background about the origin of the band, how you guys all got together. How did the Tailgate Rockstar Band get to where you are now? Give us a little background there, boys.
All right. Well, hey, again, Casey, thank you so much for having us. We're the Tailgate Rockstar Band, TGR. My name's JT Adams. We got Jeremy Meyer also in the house. He's our drummer, business partner, the brains behind the entire operation. And I think that's where it kind of all started was up here in Fort Collins, Colorado. It's a huge music scene, and to be able to get out on the stage any night of the week, you can do it out here in open mics. And so a few years ago, Jeremy and I met up and kind of just started putting one thing to another, and we decided to release our first album called the Tailgate Rockstar. That was here locally recorded. It was great achievement, but we wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
We pressed on and kept growing and practicing, and the word Tailgate Rockstar just kind of started clicking around here. People liked the TGR Band. Reached out to other venues. They started booking us. We reached out to Sean O'Brien Smith with On Multimedia Records out in Nashville. He was more than happy to work on this next EP that we're releasing. And now here we are. The fans, the support, the love, the friends, the family, people like yourself, Casey, that are just allowing the opportunity and opening up the window for us to get our music heard. And we're an original band, and that's one thing that we really stay focused on is that originality, being different. A lot of people, I think, are trying to bring country back. Country's here.
Mm-hmm.
Music's here. It's all about what can you do with your left and right lateral limits. And in my mind, there are no limits in the music industry. There are no limits to the creative side behind music. And that's the biggest thing with the TGR Band is that you're going to get a damn good show night after night. And you're going to hear music that you're going to enjoy. You're going to be able to relate to. I served 10 years as a United States Marine.
Thank you for your service.
Absolutely. And, and Jeremy's old, so he's had...
Oh, jeez. It was pretty serious there. It was pretty serious there for a second, then you just throw that in. Sorry about that, Jeremy. Now I know why he brought you on the show.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the punching bag of the group.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's where we're at, and it's just a blessing being able to, hear your own music, hearing something that you wrote years ago. And these songs have meaning. These songs describe who we are. And at the same time, I think they relate to a lot of the population that's listening to the country music. And so here we are, and this is just the beginning, Casey.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are pretty set on what you want and what you're doing. You talk about your original music. Do you feel that there's a specific type of definition to the sound of your music that you guys are either already have accomplished or you're constantly molding and going for?
Great question. I would say that when you talk about the originality, you can't really put a definition behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. It's something that is created, and you're basically nodding your head on a yes if it feels right. And so the thing that we always say is that we're living on feel. If we write a song, we play it in the studio, we look at each other afterwards, and there's goosebumps standing on the back of your neck, then you're going down the right direction. I think that's how we justify our sound is based on the feeling. Does that feel right?
That has been something that we've been really focused on, though, ever since the very beginning, that no matter what we play, if it's a 100-year-old cover song or one of our new written songs, we want it to sound like us. We want people to be walking by a bar and hear us and say, hey, that sounds like TGR. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But we do some cover work and that stuff, but even when we do that kind of stuff, we make it sound like us. We make it sound a little louder, a little faster, a little more aggressive. It's a really fun brand of country music.
Now, you guys are from Colorado. Are you still performing just in Colorado, or are you getting out more? What's this, how far are you getting out there, guys?
Yeah. Well, we are from Colorado. We're Colorado-based. We play a lot of local right here in the northern Colorado area. We had a show just on Monday night for Halloween. We're coming up this Friday at Nixon's here in Fort Collins and wrapping up the month on November 25th and actually releasing the singles at the Boot Bar and Grill here in the Fort Collins location. Expanding besides that, yeah, what was that last show we just played? Kremling. We've traveled out to Kremling, Colorado this year. We've gotten down to North Dallas. We've been out to the East Coast and banged around.
Nashville.
And, yeah, we were out in Nashville. So our biggest population where we're playing right now is definitely in the northern Colorado area. And like I was saying earlier, this is such a great place for music. It's growing every day, and we want to be at the tip of that spear once it starts kind of picking up even more. I think that it's all a crawl, walk, run. And we want to make sure that we can establish a solid fan base here in our hometown and then expand to the county, expand to the bigger cities here in Colorado, and from there start stepping out into Colorado. We're patient, and I think that's what's making everything successful. So.
And those folks up in Wyoming love country music.
Yeah, we get up in Wyoming. Yeah, we played in Wyoming. We're definitely trying to get up to the Cody, Wyoming. I got a good buddy up there who's playing all the time, Jesse Cornett, and we want to be able to spread those wings. So I think next year we're really going to, we've been talking about touring. We've been talking about making that happen. So I think 2017 is going to be the year, especially after the singles release, for us to start hitting on those different states, bigger cities. We want to get to Austin. We'd like to get out to Branson. We had some requests out in Kansas City, so we're definitely on that beacon path.
Now, you guys are doing everything. You're doing all your own self-promoting. You're doing your own media. It's basically the two of you are the ones that are really, keeping this thing rolling and moving forward. That's got to be a hell of a thing to keep at every day. My goodness.
It's actually a lot of fun. We enjoy it a lot.
Okay.
We've had a pretty...
He's lying. It's such a political answer. I'll tell you the truth. I'm always going to tell you the truth. Not even 2 weeks ago, Jeremy and I were toe-to-toe with each other, yelling at each other just because of the stresses that come with it, but it's also the trust of friendships and the trust of a business partner. And you're right, us two have been taking this thing by the horns. We own Pappy's Publishing, our own publishing label, but we're also partnering up with Onum Multimedia Records out in Nashville, releasing another single that we have that is called Graceful Hands, and that's going to debut in a film called Saving Faith. It releases in February. It's a Chip Rossetti film that's who's produced by, and
they have a national distribution contract that when it opens, it'll go about 2,800 theaters, and then the DVD release is already contracted also with national distribution for Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, we are. We're trying to, put an iron in every fire. I think that's the. I don't know if we're doing it right or we're doing it wrong, but we're just giving it a shot, And I think ultimately, like Jeremy said, we are having a good time, and we have a great fan base. We have great supporters, people that are literally showing up to every single show, buying our shirts, buying our koozies, drinking beers. They're just doing it good for us, and so I think we're doing all right, Jay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But it is challenging.
I'm sure it is. And not having the backing of, a bigger record label or a bigger producer or something like that. But I think I think, honest to goodness, I think one of the things that I admire about bands like you guys is people get caught up with those the bigger record labels and stuff, and they end up getting trapped in what's the sake of a better word, into being told who they are, what they're supposed to play, what they're supposed to sound like, write a song that talks about this, and they get trapped into that because that's where their paycheck's coming from. And sometimes it takes them a while, if sometimes not ever, to break out of that and be able to identify themselves as that individual artist with their own sound and their own whatever. And sometimes it fails. It really fails. And good artists, fail because they just get kind of washed under the carpet of the normality of the country music industry, and it is what it is. So I have to say kudos to you guys for continually want to stand on your feet and keep, and I hate to use the word original because it gets stale, you use it so much, but keep that originality and know who you are and keep doing what you're doing and trying not to let, the big guns kind of sway you into doing stuff that, is not really true to you guys. And man, that's got to be tough. I mean, that's got to be like, where the hell's the next paycheck coming from?
It is pretty tough, but that kind of speaks to what I was referencing earlier about the fact that we made a commitment to one another at the very beginning of this project that no matter what happens, we're going to sound like the Tailgate Rockstar Band. And if we're, playing a cover or if we're playing an original song, we're going to make it sound like we want it to sound. And it has made things a little bit tougher and the road a little bit bumpier, but at the end of the day, that commitment is really important to us. That,
right.
We want to play good music. We want to sound like us, and that is more important to us than being pushed or swayed by a certain label or by a certain producer or by a certain person.
Right. So let's talk about that music that you guys are so proud of here. You mentioned you had one album out, but you got a brand new project on the doorsteps. Tell us a little bit about this new project.
Man, so the EP is called Tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a perfect name for just this past year. It's been tough. It really has. But I think the word tough describes a mindset. If you know it's going to be tough, then you just got to be tougher. And so this EP that we're releasing, we're really proud of it. We're now a national recording act. Like I said, we worked with Anna Multimedia and Sean O'Brien Smith out in Nashville. And going into the studio with really no type of idea or direction where you wanted to take these songs, that was like the perfect game plan almost, because getting into that creative atmosphere and the patience of Sean O'Brien, oh, man, the patience of him. We literally just got these songs done a week ago, and we were in Nashville in the beginning of July, and it has been, I wouldn't say a struggle. It's been exciting. It's been a great experience, but finding finding your sound, finding your flow, not trying to sound like nobody else. That is important. I think that's what every single one of these songs that are going to be releasing on the EP Tough are going to be. We have a ballad, Graceful Hands. We have a very impactful song called She Got Her Tough On, and it's talking about the women out there in the world, like my mom, my sister, my friends that I know that served in the military that are women, and they're tough, and they got their tough on, and Out of Control. That's the single that we're releasing, that we're debuting today. Out of Control is a fun song, and we're out of control. And we have another single called Leave It on the Stage, and that is just letting everybody know that every day you wake up, it's your stage, and before you lay down at night, make sure you left it all on the stage. Mm-hmm. That old saying, leave it on the court.
Right.
Any regrets.
Right.
And that's how we're approaching every song. That's how we're approaching every project in the future, is that we're going to leave it on the stage. Night after night, there's a pile of sweat that's underneath me. There's broken drumsticks behind Jeremy, and he's busted drum heads all over the place. I'm snapping guitar strings, and some people will sit up there and say, man, these guys are crazy. Well, I say that we're out of control.
Right.
And that's the brand. It's all about a good time, and it's all about leaving it on the stage. And so we're really excited to be releasing this EP, Tough. We're really excited about this new single, Out of Control. We want to see this thing just do what it needs to do and pave the path for the future for us. So,
how many songs are on the EP?
The EP is going to have 4 songs, but we're going to release each single kind of separately by itself.
Okay.
The reason being is that we have, like I said, Graceful Hands that is going to be in the movie in February, and we're going to be cross-promoting that with Anna Multimedia. And we also have She Got Her Tough On that has its own kind of beacon path right now as we're talking. And so after we kind of let each song do its thing, and then we're going to put them together, maybe even with some more songs, make it a six record EP, and then release that towards the beginning of the year, maybe after the movie comes out in February. And I don't really know, man. I think that it's just kind of one day at a time, taking it patient, taking it slow, following your nose, you know?
Well, you mentioned about the movie, and I want to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But I gotta take a quick break here. But the song "Out of Control" is the current release that you have out there off the EP Tough. When is this whole project, the EP, going to be available? Do you have an availability date for that yet?
I think in April 25th.
Well, yeah, that's pretty specific.
Yep, that sounds like a good one. That's my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So we're going to play this single. Now, this single is out. People can get their hands on this song, Out of Control?
Yep, this week, Friday, we're going to have everything in line with iTunes and Spotify and Apple Music for people to go ahead and download the single Out of Control. So
okay.
stay up on our Facebook at the TGR Band, JT Adams, TGR Multimedia, our website, the Tailgate Rockstar Band.com.
Right.
We're really big into social media. We got a Twitter page, the TGR Band. It's going to be plastered all over social media, and every link's going to be provided for somebody just to click and listen. So
awesome. All right. Well, I think we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to let people hear the originality of the TGR Band, the Tailgate Rockstar Band, coming up right after the break. Can you guys hang in there for a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Well, we're going to be back with these guys. And just so excited to hear more about what these guys have going on. JT and Jeremy from the Tailgate Rockstar Band. We've got an exclusive play for you guys coming up right after the break. It's their first single off their new 4-song EP, going to be released next April. The EP's called Tough. The song's called Out of Control. Keep it right here. More wall-to-wall country to come right after this. And we're back with the TGR Band and the boys hanging out with us right here on Penn Peak Radio. And that tune back there off of their new EP called Tough, going to be out early next spring. A little something called Out of Control. I like it. Good stuff going on there, boys. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Man, it feels good hearing that, Casey. Thanks.
Yeah. You know, and I think you guys are doing it the right way. You're being smart about business, which is cool, you know, and kind of echoing a little bit what I was saying before. You really got to know everything that's going on. I mean, it's a business, right? So, you know, it's the music business, and it's fun being on stage and playing and having fans, but it's also a business, and the only way you're going to make that business work is if you're smart about it and making the right types of decisions. You guys really think things out. You think things through. You make decisions based on the information that you know you guys have. You're not just kind of doing it whimsically, if that is such a word. You know what I mean? You're being smart about stuff.
Well, kind of like you said earlier, Casey, that there's a lot of artists out there that are trying to fit into the industry because it's changing so much. I mean, and I use the word change kind of loosely. It's still entertainment, but the sound is developing and it's changing throughout the generations here of country music. And one thing that with us is that we're trying to develop, not even trying, I believe that we're doing it. We're developing our own brand,
right,
our own sound, and we're asking listeners to get on board with tailgate country. I don't know. We can call it tailgate country. There's so many different genres out there now, I guess.
Right.
And so instead of trying to adapt and trying to get in where we need to fit in, we're going to do our own thing and make our own music. And yeah, the business side of it is something that's definitely important. It's just no different than a foundation of a building. Go ahead, Jay. He's tapping me on the leg. So the leg it's my turn, so here we go.
I think one of the important parts about the business end of things so far is that we've had a lot of really good help. Like JT mentioned earlier, Sean O'Brien Smith, the producer down with Anna Multimedia, he's been an invaluable resource to us to help us to navigate the business side of things, everything from the contracting side to the registration of our work and that kind of stuff. We've had a lot of really good help with that end of things. So even though I would love to take credit for all of that side of it, it's still been nice to have people who have been good to us and, tried to push us in the direction that we're not willing to go.
Right. Well, and that's kind of the thing. You need to trust in those people, too, who are directing you, so you know that they've got your best interest at heart, and it's not just, how do I scam these guys and make money? You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you got a talent. Let's use that talent so I can get rich. You know what I mean? So I think that is a tough part of the business. That they dangle that carrot of stardom and fame and money and all that, and unfortunately, artists get caught up in that. So it's got to be something. Do the two of you have a check and balance system going on? I would assume, like, if one of you start, maybe fraying a little bit, the other one kicks you in the kneecap and says, hey, yo, dude, get back over here. Does that work?
Daily. We were just in band practice on like last Thursday or something like that, and we were sitting there, and I said to Jeremy, I said, what makes us a good partnership is that we hold each other accountable.
Right.
And you have to hold each other accountable, and that's so important.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
That check and balance is definitely there.
Nice. 100%. Well, you got to have that. So
he's normally putting me in line, then I'm putting him in line.
So that it kind of works both ways. It's I think it would be an overwhelming task to try to make all the decisions that you have to make on a weekly basis by yourself. Like just having somebody even just to kick things off of, it always is nice to get a different perspective. And the nice thing about JT and I is that we come from different worlds in our other lives, and so we have a tendency to have a very broad range of perspective. So we're able to kind of look at it from different angles before we make a decision about something, and I think that's helped us a lot.
Nice. And the cumulative of your information coming together, it's not just, just the way you think it should go, Jeremy, or not just the way you think it should go, JT. It's like you each bring stuff to the table, you mush it up in a pot of soup and come out with the best actual result that you guys can come up with. And it's your music and what you stand for. And I think that's pretty cool. You mentioned it before, JT, and I want to touch on it a little bit and let people know about this. You guys have something really, really special, and I would say it's almost exclusive when it comes to country artists, at least where you guys are at still early in your career. You have a really neat association with a movie. So tell us about that. Tell us about Saving Faith.
Yeah, so the movie's called Saving Faith. It's releasing in February, from what I've been told, out in Nashville. And it's a Christian-based film. Vince Gill, Amy Grant's in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Big artists in there as well, or actors. And our song is going to be in there, Graceful Hands. And I tell you what, when we were in Nashville, and I think we were actually recording Graceful Hands, I remember Sean coming over the radio going, hey, big dog, we just got that song coming out in a movie called Graceful Hands. Congratulations, man. And it was surreal. It was. And when I walked in there and the look on Jeremy's face, I mean, he was so happy, and it's just so thankful. And it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. We are young. We're definitely a young band compared to everybody else, but I think the number one thing, the foundation behind everything, it's about the music. It's about the music.
Mm-hmm.
The business has to be there, absolutely. But the love for the music has to be there too, and you have to love what you're doing as an artist. You have to be able to isolate yourself in a dark corner to write a good song. And you have to go through trials and tribulations as well to reach that mindset to write this song, to make it real. So Graceful Hands is a song that I wrote while I was on a deployment, and tell you what, just sitting here even thinking about the moment when I was writing this song almost puts me in tears, man. But and then being able to reproduce this and recreate it in Nashville and have people standing behind lyrics that you put on paper and when you were in the middle of the desert, and now all of a sudden we fast forward several years and I'm in a studio recording this thing with top-end producers and my best friend, and you're told that it's going into a movie and it's releasing in February, and Vince Gill's in it and Chip Rossetti's producing it, and your song's in there, guys. TGR Band is making their move in February in the movie industry, and it's surreal. It's awesome.
That song, the first time that we did the playthrough on it, it's such a powerful song that the first time Sean heard it, he said, "I got a movie that's got to go in."
Mm-hmm. Nice.
It's a real song, and it has so much heart in it. It has so much feeling in it that you can't listen to it but once before you're hooked on it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Now, is Saving Grace also on the Tough EP?
So the song is called Graceful Hands.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
The movie is called Saving Faith. And so, yes, Graceful Hands will be on the EP come early spring, like we're talking about in April-ish.
Okay.
We'll have Graceful Hands, Leave It on the Stage, Out of Control, which is the last song we just heard during the break, and She Got Her Tough On, and we'll be hearing that one here. Right, Casey? She Got Her Tough On.
Yep,
So,
well, I'll play that one a little bit later. Yep.
those 4 songs are going to be on the EP, and we've even kind of been passing it back and forth on making another trip out there to sit down with Sean from Anna Multimedia and put maybe 1 or 2 more on this EP. I mean,
okay.
We have over 75 songs that are written down right now that they're played live on stage, but they're definitely in the arsenal, and we're ready to release it on an actual professional recording CD, EP, or working with Onum or whoever else in the future. Well, there's more to come, and it might be 4, it might be 6. I mean, hell, it might be a whole damn album. Who knows? We're moving fast, and so I'm not going to limit my capabilities.
I'm just curious about this. Now, have you seen the movie? Is it done? Have you seen it, or have you seen parts of it? Do you understand the whole premise to the movie?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I have not seen the movie. Sean has definitely kind of kept me in the loop, saying, it's looking good.
We did get to see the scene that our song is being played in.
Okay.
And that was kind of fun, just to see that, because we had not had that experience before. So we've had the opportunity to kind of okay things and make sure that where our music is being used is something that we're happy with. And so far, so good. But we haven't seen more than those scenes.
Okay. Awesome.
We will be attending some type of premiere or some type of dinner for the movie before it releases, and I think that's something that we're both learning in the industry, is how much and how important networking is.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly being in front of somebody, and it's, in my mind, it's one giant machine that works together. We have to work together as artists. We have to work together as musicians, as somebody who promotes or manages a band. I mean, it's all one big machine that we all have to keep working together, and so that's why I'm so excited about being where we are here in the northern Colorado area, is that there's so much support from other artists, there's so much support from other entertainment companies or a record label that's a small indie record label out here. Like I said, it's a big teamwork, and so when it comes to releasing this Graceful Hands in the movie in February, I can't speak too much on it just because I'm not involved personally, but I know that the team in Nashville is doing their thing with Onum and Chip Rossetti. I think that from what I've heard and what I've seen of him, he's an awesome producer, so I'm so excited to watch the film and also be a part of it. So
that's awesome. That's pretty cool. I mean, like I said before, you've got some feathers in your hat already, and you're just getting started.
It hasn't even started. It hasn't even started. We were just saying that before we came online here, we were just saying how excited we are that we're about to hear our song, on Penn's Peak, and
Yeah.
that is just the beginning. It is. It's just the beginning, and we want to be able to get the people to download this off iTunes, to attend the shows if they're around locally, to reach out to us for, us to send them a T-shirt or whatever it is. We want people to know what we're doing, understand why we're doing it, and know what direction we're taking it. And we're definitely going down the original route. Some people say that we're country. Some people call it dirt road country or red dirt country. It's the Tailgate Rockstar Band.
Right. Tell me, okay, you just kind of touched on it too, and that's a big question. So people want to hear your music. They want to get your hands on your music. They want to find out more about you. And I know you said some of this stuff isn't quite out there yet, but what's some of the places that they need to ear tab to say they need to keep checking back here, they need to keep checking here to find out what is going on with the TGR band and JT and Jeremy in the entire situation? What's some of the best ways for them to get in touch, keep track, the social medias, website, where?
Yeah, Facebook is huge for us. I think when it comes to like the Twitter, and we try to stay up on Twitter. We try to be on top of the other with Snapchat. Yeah, we try to do the Snapchat. Facebook is definitely where we're constantly updating what we're doing, where we're playing, where we're at as a band, and that's where we're going to be promoting the links for people to click on and find the music.
And we have put some snippets of some of the new songs and some of the original stuff on Facebook also, so that people can at least get on and listen to parts of it as the work has been created.
Yeah.
And right now, our website, the tailgaterockstarband.com, Jeremy's been working pretty hard on getting this thing updated with the upcoming shows as well as the singles. Like I said, Facebook's going to have the link. YouTube, if you go on YouTube and type in JT Adams or the Tailgate Rockstar Band or Pappy's Publishing, one of those is going to put you in the right direction where you can see us live from people videotaping it on their phone and posting it on YouTube all the way to 2013 when we released our first album. So our music is out there, and that's something that we're honing in on here in the next couple days, is to tighten that up so that our fans or somebody who wants to support the band or our friends or family, it's going to be really easy for them to find it. It's going to be really easy for them to download it, and it's going to be some good listening for them too. So, yep.
I gotta ask.
Go ahead.
The picture's killing me. I spend the month of February in the Keys, down by Sugarloaf, which is down by Key West, and the picture on the website, the Tailgate Rockstar Band.
Yeah, that's Tailgateville.
Tailgateville. What is that, and where is it?
Yeah.
Because I want to go right now.
Are you talking about with the koozies?
Well, yeah, the boat, the island, the blue water. I mean, that's got to be somewhere down south, because it sure as hell ain't in Pennsylvania. How much I can tell you.
Oh, either.
on our first album, we released a song called Tailgateville, and it was actually written in the studio on a back of a piece of cardboard that's like 4 inches by 4 inches, and then it was during a break. Our bass player was making some coffee, and we just started writing this song called Tailgateville, and next thing you know, Jeremy and I are sitting here talking about our retirement, and we're going to retire in Tailgateville. And next thing you know, we started kind of using that word on stage, promoting it on Facebook and our website, and come join us in Tailgateville. And it is. It's. I mean, you see the photo where I think that's Anna and Stephanie holding those koozies right there and giving it cheers.
Uh-huh.
I think that image right there is exactly what Tailgateville is. It doesn't need to be the boat or the island or the water. It's just a moment for you to step away from the real world. I mean, this real world is crazy right now, and can beat you down pretty good. You know, like Jeremy was saying, you know, we come from two different worlds with our real jobs and our real, stuff that pays the bills, and it eats you up and it spits you out. And Tailgateville is that moment. It might be a Friday night, it might be a Saturday night, that you can just come to Tailgateville, grab a drink, step the hell away from everything.
Yeah.
And so I think the island, the boat. That was I think that if Jeremy closes his eyes, that's what he imagines Tailgateville to be like. And I would have to agree.
Yeah, it's a nice place for sure. So we've covered quite a bit, especially making sure people stay in touch with you. They can track you down a couple different ways. Be looking for your music out there on the Spotifys and the iTunes and all the electronic mediums out there. My show gets recorded and I play the entire thing back on a Sunday morning. So if you want to make sure you get your fans, if they missed it today, they can hear the whole thing again on Sunday. But I always like to close out my show on the Wednesday to remind everybody to listen on Sunday. And I usually like to play one more song from my featured artist. And we were talking about a song called She Got Her Tough On. Is this a personal experience of somebody, or where did the inspiration for this song come from?
You had to ask that.
Well, of course I did. I'm a woman. I want to know what it means. I used to drive a truck. I drive a Jeep. I ride horses. I play guitar. What does it mean?
Well, it's being a songwriter, you never can miss an opportunity for a song. You really can't. And I was up in Estes Park, and I can't believe I'm about to tell you the story.
On the internet radio station. Yes, please, go ahead. No pressure.
Out there, and I hope she's listening.
No pressure.
Her name's Mallory Morgan.
Okay.
Her and I dated for 2 years, and we owned a ranch together up in Estes Park, and we were taking out trail rides and trying to live the dream of getting something going. And one day, a bunch of the boys were sitting around not doing nothing, and Mallory came flying out of the barn, and I said, "Watch out, boys! She got her tough on," and that was a pair of jeans that she was wearing. It said "tough" on the back of it. And so when I wrote this song, the opening line, says, "You can catch me on the flip side. I won't back down. That's how this boy was raised." I think it was just kind of me putting myself in that tough mentality, and then next thing you know, the song kind of transitions into actually, I got two songs mixed up there. That's out of control. She Got Her Tough On. It opens up talking about this girl and her style and how it's just ruthless and it's resilient, and she's stacking hay and she's working hard. She's traveling down a one-lane county road, and that was Mallory and to me. And so I wrote that song with her in my head, and then as the song developed, I started realizing that, man, there's a lot of great women in my life that got their tough on in so many different aspects. I mean, my mom's a basketball coach. My sister manages a huge corporation. The ladies right here that you see holding the koozies on the website, that's Anna and Steph. I mean, these two girls got their tough on every day. I'm not just talking about somebody who's stacking hay. I'm talking about you, Casey, that wakes up every day and puts the grind on to be somewhere special in her life or his life. It doesn't matter. Everybody needs to have their tough on.
Right.
But the song was definitely influenced and isolated by Mal Morgan, who's cowgirling right now as we speak up in Cody, Wyoming. And she can rope, she can ride, and she can handle steel. And so I think the best thing to do is for people to listen to this song and understand, what's the true meaning behind what I'm talking about here. Every day we have to wake up and we have to put our tough on. There's no other option. There's no other option. Failure cannot be an option. Either you're going to sit up or you're going to sit down. One of the two.
Good words. Good words. I'm looking forward to hearing that one. And we're going to play that one towards the end of the show in just a little while, a couple of hours from now, and remind everybody about this awesome interview. Find that they listen in on Sunday. If they missed any of it, they missed the song Out of Control, want to know more about your the movie that's coming out in February with your song Graceful Hands in it. So I'll remind everybody to check it coming up on Sunday morning. It starts at 8 a.m. Eastern time with the interview in the second hour. So that's something that I like to do at the end of the show. So we'll be featuring that song to remind everybody about that and give it a listen and listen to the words and stuff. I mean, you guys have been awesome. I really don't want to hold you up too much longer, but anything else you guys want to throw out there? You got a wink, wink, nudge, nudge of some more exciting things coming up for you in 2017 that you can kind of wink on, or is everything still kind of with the with the lids on, or what can you tease my audience with to be checking you guys out?
We're going to be closing the year up pretty strong. We got a show this Friday on the 4th. I got them all written down here. We got a show on Friday the 4th at Nixon's. We have the 18th at Nixon's. The 25th of November is the actual party for the single Out of Control, and that's going to be at the Boot Bar and Grill in Loveland. That's November 25th. The show starts at 8. And we're also going to be back at the Boot December 23rd to end the year up. Turning into 2017 with the movie coming out in February, the EP releasing, like we talked about, in April, coming into the summer. We're not going to stop. And so there's definitely a reason for people to stay in tune, stay involved, and be thinking about the future for us, because, like we just said, this is just the beginning. This is not even the first quarter yet. The game hasn't even started. And once, I think 2017 is what we're really excited for. We're really excited to see what these songs can do. We're excited to get back into the studio with Sean. We're excited to work with Scene Magazine down in Denver. We have an article that's releasing in December, a full interview article about the TGR Band. And like we said, it's all about the support and the love of everybody, like yourself, that's given us the opportunity, the capabilities to be on the radio station or to be featured in a magazine or be featured in a movie. And so 2017 is we're just going to press it harder. We are. We're going to see how far can we take it. I mean, how crazy can a song get before it's just dumb? I don't know.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to push the envelope. So 2017 is exciting for us. We talk about it all the time. We compliment this last year, but we don't get hung up on this last year. We take this year, we learn from our mistakes, we maximize our successes, and we try to capitalize it on for next year. So definitely people stay involved. The EP is releasing in April, and I would not doubt that we have another 4 songs coming out in 2017 that are not going to be on this EP. So like I said, we got over 70 songs that are sitting in the arsenal. These songs are our lives. And so I think that our lives relate to many other people. And I think as a songwriter, that's my responsibility to make sure I can put thoughts and lifestyles and emotions into these songs in 2.5, 3 minutes so people can relate to them, grow from them, put them in their CD player in the morning while they're traveling to work, and knowing that while they're working, we're working. And it's all about keeping your tough on. So.
Nice. Good job, guys. So just real quick before I forget, I know you're traveling pretty much local to Colorado and back and forth from Nashville and stuff. You ever find yourself up here in Northeast PA, be sure to look us up. The doors to Penn Speak Radio are always open to all of my artists. Love to have you guys swing by, stop in, and do a quick impromptu interview. Always open for that. But the other thing I want to tell you is, keep us in mind. You got some exciting news coming up in a couple of months, 6 months, a year, whatever. Always glad to have you also back on the show, even if it is, phones. You got some more news. You got some more music going out the door. JT, you know how to reach me. Just get in touch and say, hey, we want to get back on the show. I'm usually booked a couple months out, but we'll get you in, and you can tell us all what's going on new with the Tailgate Rockstar Band, and we'd love to have you back on the show at any point in time, boys.
Well, we sure appreciate you having us.
Yeah, man. Always. I mean, JT reached out, and I'm like, absolutely. Let's do this.
Get it done. And like we were talking earlier about, where you can find the songs and everything. And right now we got iTunes, Spotify, and Apple Music. If there's any other links out there that we don't know about, I just ask everybody to hit us up on Facebook and let us know. Like Jeremy said earlier, we can't take all the credit when it comes to developing the business side or producing these songs. It has been a team effort. And that's one thing that I always try to say on Facebook is that it's not, you have the TGR band, but you also have the TGR team. And that's you, Casey, that's the people who are listening. And so if there's anybody out there that knows, like, hey, you need to put it on this or put it on that, let us know. Hit us up on Facebook. And we appreciate the help. We appreciate the support. And, keep it Tailgateville, man.
Sounds like a fine plan. Well, listen, I also just liked your Facebook page, so I'll be getting the updates of what you guys are doing, and keep in mind, like I said, you guys are always welcome back. I wish you all the best luck. Congratulations on what you've already accomplished, But good luck with everything you guys got on the burners. I mean, it sounds like you guys got your heads square on your shoulders. You know what you want. You know how, you're getting to know how to get what you need and what you want. You're keeping true to yourselves. And honest to God, if you go to bed at night and you're satisfied with your day, that's one of the best things in the world to feel for yourself, if you know you've done everything you can on any given day, so you wake up tomorrow morning and start it all over again. So congrats to you guys. And, again, keep us in mind if you ever want to come back on the show. I'd love to have you guys. You've been awesome.
Thank you very much. And make sure and share a link for the rebroadcast on Sunday with our Facebook page.
Okay, will do. Yep, and usually we do. We'll post it early in the morning on Sunday to remind people that, this band was on. So it'll go out there. It's all pre-programmed. This stuff goes on all the time. I don't do it. I have somebody else who does it.
Casey, I got to say one more thing before we hang up. And last night I was thinking about the interview and what we're going to talk about, and I don't think I actually said anything like this before on live radio, but I want to give a huge shout out to my mom.
Okay.
I love my mom to death, and I know she's listening, and I love you, Mom. Thank you for everything you've done. You're the best.
Oh, you're going to make me cry. Okay, Mom, you got that? And Mom, share the word with all the mom friends so that they listen on Sunday, too.
all the moms out there, they got their tough on, so let's get it done.
There you go. Oh, hey, Mom, and glad that she's listening as well. But really, we'll redo the whole thing on Sunday morning. Everybody can listen in. That post will go up and remind everybody to check in with Penn Speak Radio, and it'll kick off at 8 a.m. Eastern Time with the interview in the second hour. Just quick reminder on that. But Jeremy, JT, you guys have been a treat and a pleasure. Good luck again, like I said before. Keep your tough on. Keep true to yourselves. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay on the straight path, and I think you're going to rock the house. You're doing great. I love it.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. And Kim Johnson, thanks for wearing the T-shirt. I just got a Facebook post from Kim Johnson. She was at our last show on Monday night, and she says she's wearing the T-shirt and listening to the live stream. So thank you.
There you go. Send some of that stuff my way, man, and I'll shoot it out to some Pennsylvania people, and we'll have some PA people wearing the TGR band T-shirts as well. Shoot a couple of those things my way. That would be great.
Yep. I'll get them all over to you.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, I got to take another quick break and pay some bills, but remember, listen Sunday morning. These guys are awesome. Check them out. Facebook is the main way to reach them, stay on top of what's going on, and they also have the website that's got some information. It's called the Tailgate Rockstar Band.com. Check these guys out.